So he will take me away from my other assignments, and that is a reward.
Mobile audio.
No, what will make you comfortable with this?
I would like him to remain in a cage in my storage bay.
I understand that cannot happen because he needs to work on the ship or the same warp incursion will happen again, and we may all die.
He roll me. I would accept persuasion or intimidation. You do have advantage.
I'm gonna do intimidation. It's not very good. It's 10.
Yeah, well, he rolled a 6.
Woo.
I bow to your superior logic.
Thank you. All right, I wish him to be allowed.
I got him. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's good.
I wish him to be allowed to be free, but also, is there anything we can do to repair him? Give him legs, some way of moving around.
I could build him a tracked unit.
Might as well
Otherwise,
just do the dishes.
I could enhance his elbow expenditures to allow him to walk on his hands.
Oh, Morgan, Morgan's trying her best to, like, I must focus. This person is not trying to be funny. This is...
No, that was completely right.
Yep. I think we will let him decide that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand that you're uncomfortable.
Correct.
Know that you have your own play of your area. He is not to interfere with you.
I will lock him out of the storage bay.
Thank you. Perfect.
If he enters, he will be deactivated.
All right. All right. I will go and talk to him myself.
I am to remain here.
Do you want to come here and me talk to him? No.
Immaterial. I just don't understand what you want me to do.
You are dismissed. Go back to what you're doing.
Okay. Floats back into his storage bay.
All right, she's gonna walk over to see
The storage bay is large as you go in. He is overworking at his workbench, and he has no attention to what you're doing.
Great, yeah. And I finished here poor Tellis, I was still handcuffed in the corner.
Still gagged.
Right. Morgan will. Before she ungags him, because she knows this man talks a lot. She's doing the kneeling down. He's no legs. He's
Same height.
in the chair. Yeah, same height, kneeling down. Talos Ivo, I would like to offer the sincerest apologies from the Inquisition on how you have been treated up until this point. We needed your legs to save our champion. Our own mechanicus will replace them with a track for you at a height that you desire. And moving forward, we ask that you remain on this ship and help us with our Geller field. And she will gently take your gag out.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Just for my reference, has he been gagged for 43 days?
Not for 43 days, because she's doing this back at the beginning. Because after she was told by Valentine, we're like flashing back in time to catch up to the future.
Okay,
no,
that's what
I mean, technically, would have needed to be fed, so it would have been up and down with the gag, anyways. But
18.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Okay, so I get to play with the Geller field. That sounds nice.
Wonderful. That is what we want from you. You helped us during that warp incursion. We wish to never have that happen again, if possible.
Okay. How hurt am I? I can't feel anything anymore. You took my nerves out.
Oh, well, you don't have legs. Otherwise, you are not injured, as far as I know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see that. Okay, so the rest of me's fine. I get a track unit.
Exactly.
Okay. What happens to me if? Are you going to use the rest of me for spare parts? Can I just know? Like, if something happens to someone's arms, am I losing my arms? I just want to know.
I have tennis elbow. Could you bring that guy in?
I got a bad paper cut. I need a new arm. I need the whole thing from the elbow. Just light this fucker up. Yeah.
just like playing with Geller fields. I didn't know I'd lose my legs.
Yes, it is. We didn't wish that to happen, and from now on, you are one of my team, and no harm will come to you.
That's interesting to know.
Wait, so who are you?
We are the Inquisition.
You're an Inquisitor?
I'm an interrogator working under an Inquisitor.
Okay, can I see a rosette?
Ooh.
He's still handcuffed, right?
Yeah, he's handcuffed to the
Great.
wall.
She pulls out the rosette and shows it to him.
Oh. Yep, that looks fine to me.
Great. She
I'm
puts
on
it
your
away.
team now? Great. Team Inquisition. I can't wait to be everybody's friend. He rolled in that one. This is all super. Everything seems above board to me.
Spits out the sausage.
Yeah, you need those legs. Perfect. If you got anything else going on, perfect. I think I'll get a track unit. This is going to be nice. I thought I was going to be executed by the Mechanicum, and then I thought I was going to be torn apart by whoever those guys were, and then I thought I was going to a benefactor, and now I'm here with you. Minus my legs, but plus a future.
Precisely that. Thank you. And eventually, that's up to you.
Oh. Well, I'll win him over. Okay.
Morgan's like, I'm out of here. I'm out before it fucks us any further. I'm out. Bail.
So you successfully set this up. So Talos Ivo, during these 43 days, he accepted a tracked unit and took an unnaturally short one, you would think. Like, normally you would assume he would want to be tall, but realizing it's a tracked unit, there is a limit on how well he can corner and how stable his balance is if he became tall. So his tracks put him about a foot above the ground. So he's about 4 feet tall, torso to where he is. His sport might be closer to 3 feet. But he's been wheeling himself around, determined to make friends with everybody. I'm imagining, Judge, you have no interest in talking to the heretic.
No.
Okay, well, that's too bad.
Damien, I'm imagining?
No.
That's breaking my heart. Breaking my heart. Avarice has no interest. Morgan. He'd be approaching you at least once a day, being like, hey, you want to tell me any stories about your life? I'd like to be friends, please.
I think that it really depends on the mood Morgan's in, and he will quickly realize she's so hot and cold. There's some days she's like, I'm busy.
Oh,
And
goodbye.
Yeah, and then some days, if she's just like in a mood to want to hear herself talk, or to just be like, I don't know, I'd rather hear about you. Please regale me with tales of your history.
All right, so, well, I started working on Geller fields, and they kind of told me I had to do the same thing, but Geller fields are tremendously inefficient. You would never believe, I mean, they do a lot of different shapes. I don't know if you've seen some. They can be kind of a bit of an Ouroboros, but they can also create an orb. But some people are really believing that you actually have to shape the Geller field to the ship itself.
And he just continues to go
this
on
is
about this.
so familiar. This is kind of nice, actually.
All right, so he considers you a friend.
Well, I think this is going to take a long time.
And then, the big question. Brother Solomon Gale, this heretic, has 43 days to swing by and be like, hey.
Would Morgan have come to us and said, "Hey, he's cool," or is this unspoken?
I think,
Well, I mean, he's not getting stomped, so I think he's at least the judge and Damien would know the terms that this was under.
yeah, I think this is one of the things that, because Morgan is holding so many things in her brain, it would have slipped past her to give an announcement about that. Like, oh yeah, he's allowed out.
Oh God, get it!
He would have explained that pretty quickly and had that confirmed.
I think there might have been an awkward and
oh, hey, he gets arrested by you and brought to Morgan.
Solomon would he's free. And then he'd get on the combi to be like, Morgan the heretic is loose, and then have that conversation. But if there's in this Bible that he's got, there's not like cut
There's
and dry.
nothing about Mechanicum.
There's nothing about Mechanicum. There's nothing about that. So he's taken his order. Solomon takes his order from the top, and so if he's given the all clear, I think Solomon is more than willing to be like, first of all, thank you for the legs. I know. let's just start right there.
Apparently you needed them.
Yeah, but so for an example,
I hope they help you be a champion.
Yeah, they don't hurt. So
Okay.
when he's getting his new tracks put on, he would offer to Closet to help with like the healing process afterwards. He'd like go and lay hands and like, because now I think there'd be like an inherent guilt too. It's like if it was a heretic's legs, he has to reconcile that he's like got
Sanctifying them, yeah.
sanctified. He would be like, you know, when you're going to bed, he's like laying hands on himself. You know,
So I'm in my bunk self-flagellating and you're laying hands on yourself?
we have to look
Just
the other way.
boys
Yeah,
thing.
just boys doing stuff.
The door's open.
Funny, when she's
You're both
laughing, you can't
furtively
really
looking
hear
out to make sure no one sees you laying hands on yourself.
recognize her
What important
voice when she's like
We hear the
in
sounds of
a
what we
role
think is
of,
self-defense.
or intelligent.
Morgan comes by and we're just like just a bunch of like shuffling around and it's like, no, do it.
I'm not moving.
An answer to no question. No.
She looks in and we're all sweaty. So I think he would, you know, he's been healing himself, he's been sanctifying himself, but now that he knows, like, if Morgan gives the all clear that this is not, these aren't heretical, there was a misunderstanding, there's some kind of new commandment, he would go and help. He'd help with the healing. He'd use his lay on hands. He would help that transition, because I think out of this, a little bit of guilt. Right? You have to like, you're trying to make friends and make eye contact with the person, and you're like,
Well, he was a villain when you took his legs, and
Yes.
the very next day, it's like not only is he cool, he's part of the team, and he's saving
Yes.
all of our lives.
And he's being really nice to us, which I think for Solomon, like somebody he can be friends with that he doesn't have to like work for. Like it's ticking all of his boxes, and he's like, yeah, he has got like there's a kinship that I think he feels pretty quickly, being like, Talos, would you like to play Regicide?
I would, yes, please.
Come on.
So you're playing Regicide
Yeah.
with him every day. He's also been quite happy to read the 20 pages of your Bible and have you do Bible study with him on them.
If you make Talos Ivo break my heart, I'm gonna be so upset if he betrays us.
I was going to ask how tortured you were, if at all, about your new body, but would getting to know Talos mean you are much more comfortable with the legs you have been given?
I think that's part of the like psychological rehabilitation. I think the fact that he woke up, and again, I think he's
I
so
forgot to remove the coffee.
mission forward, and I
Just made
think
a
that the
second coffee
idea of
out
being
of
the
the same
champion, like I don't think he's precious about
coffee
his
grinds
things
or what you
or
call
even his
it,
body
grinds.
or even, you know what I mean? Like it's not.
We'll see how
He
that
hasn't lost
tastes.
anything. He has function. He can move. All of these things are like the, you know, through these hardships, there is still the blessing of the emperor. So he loses his legs,
As you
but
can see,
he
it
gets new legs.
seems to be the right color,
goes
so
through
maybe it
hardship,
tastes
but
the
he
same.
gains new friends. So I think the speed of the turnaround on some of these things it allows him to fill in those gaps. He doesn't have time for self-pity. He's working, you know, he's not crippled and
Tastes.
stuck or trapped or imprisoned in this new body. It's just, this is one more obstacle. Great. Oh, I got new legs. Cool. I got to work on them. I got to get them up to snuff because they have to be champions' legs. So
Even
I
though
think
it seems
he
like
doesn't
coffee,
allow
it
himself moments of
smells
like,
only just
again,
like
there's no
water.
doubt.
So yeah.
Great.
Yeah, on to the next one. And now that Talos Ivo is like being cool and friendly, and they have that.
No.
Listen, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, on to the next thing.
On to the next
Make some
thing.
green tea
So after
instead.
43 days, you all hear in the middle of the day a voice come over the comms, and it is Avarice. Okay. Well, I've received our next orders. We will be taking to the warp in approximately 5 minutes. The Gellerfield has been tooled up and is ready to go.
That's right.
He's in the room with me. Apparently. There is a navigator, one Elva Wolfstrand, who has come of age, and apparently there is to be an auction of some kind. We are to purchase her abilities. It may be somewhat complicated. I will draw together an approximate breakdown and details for your mission. It is time for you to rest. I understand this may be outside of your rest cycle, but I cannot guarantee how much we will receive before we drop into position. Ave Imperator, prepare yourself for entry to the warp. And with that, the comms click off, and you realize you are on your way to your very next
I guess
mission.
this is kind of like watching
Apparently,
paint
a
dry.
Navigator auction.
This episode of Agents of the Inquisition features the voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler Hewitt, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Agents of the Inquisition's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and
Now we
Chiefs
can
by
watch
Gazar, whose
when it
music was
starts
provided
bubbling.
by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's dumdumdice.com/join. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Though the team is working under special condition, this podcast isn't. So tell your friends about Agents of the Inquisition and join us next episode.
That's the
Rabute Gilliman
flower.
himself. Come
No,
on, Sid.
sorry, it's not. This is the one I'm using right now.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan,
Oh, just have to
Stabby
change
Stranger,
to it.
You are all resting to the best of your ability aboard the Lucky Strike, knowing that you are on your way to a navigator auction, as you have been informed by Avarice, the savant with the bifurcated brain, who relays the internal commands from Inquisitor Valentine. Sleep is uneasy. You are in the warp as this is occurring, but you find the dreams are somewhat more muted. It is clear that this more intense Geller field around the ship is having an effect on you inside it as you are traveling through the warp. Talos Ivo is staying up. He's trundling around on his tracks with his extended elbows to lift himself up and monkey his way into places to be able to supervise the Geller field's operation on an ongoing basis. So you have someone who is an expert in Geller fields watching your Geller field while you rest on your way to this target. The dreams are not that bad. You're able
Just
to get
no
the
need to
rest.
wait
It's
for
an
the tea
official
to be
long
ready
rest amongst the
in this
43
cool
other
cup.
long rests that you have had over this time. So everyone's abilities are fully charged. If you have anything crossed out, uncross that. For those
Hopefully,
of you
the
who
Spitfire
take
will
heroic
return
inspiration
on
at the beginning
air
of the day,
show
make sure that you
1st
have
of
those.
June, I
Everything
think.
is in place. And you are sleeping relatively
That
peacefully.
airplane has such
Imagine
a
a world
cool
of
sound
distress dreams, but not the
when
full
it
nightmares. It's
flies by.
unsettling, but not self-destructive to your ability to function. Until it feels like you are all dunked into a cold tub of water. There is a shock to your systems, and you find yourselves fully awake. Damien, I would say you know this. You have left the warp. There is a klaxon that goes off internally, and the comms come on, and you hear Avarice's voice come over to speak to all of you, saying, "So sorry, everyone. We've had to exit the warp and change our directions. There has been an emergency beacon to which we need to respond. I will relay information to you in approximately 10 minutes. Please get your things together, and I will pull you together for a briefing in the mess hall." Bing bong, it goes off, and then you are all able to gear yourselves up, grab everything you need out of your space. There is a looming question. You have not left the ship yet, so it does not have to be decided at this moment. But Brother Solomon, the idea of which book to leave in the chapel and which book to take with you would still be hanging over you, because you have your original Bible from Promethea, but you also have this beautifully illuminated copy from Damien, both of which you have been keeping on your person. But you find yourselves meeting up at the mess hall. Avarice is in place. He's got his weird little pedestal thing that he rests his hands on to look at all of you. Would you grab drinks? Is this more casual? You've had 40 plus days together now to figure out who sits where, if you've got those repeated spaces, to make the place a little bit more comfortable. Do the crates that are still your throne when you have important interrogatorial things to say still set up there, or were they removed? What does this mess hall feel like now that it's been lived in instead of just servitorized and scrubbed? I would say each of you probably adjusted one thing about this environment to make it a little more homey. So why don't we start over with the judge? Is there anything you've changed about this environment, this mess hall space? Cook 10 is working. You've got all the different shelves.
Yeah, I would imagine we're sitting at it as kind of, for lack of a better word, like a cafeteria table, a long cafeteria bench, right? So I've definitely found
Yeah,
a location that's more
starting
in
up
the center,
this
just so I have
one
enough
or
room where for my
activating
legs
the
and
dough
my
or
cyber
whatever you
mastiff.
call it, so I can make
my large
something
bulky
later
legs and my
and
large
hopefully
bulky
make some bread
mastiff are
tomorrow.
not touching any of the
I'll
bars
try
underneath.
to
There's plenty
make
of room
my
for that.
first sourdough bread.
Yeah, no, I have a nice firm indentation from my heavy armor.
But I need
just
to get it bubbling first.
bending the metal somewhat.
I guess I can
bench.
already
love
put
that.
this
Okay,
on the
so there's the
refrigerator
classic ass
because
groove.
it's gonna be the
Or
one I
armor groove, as
saved.
the case may be for the judge. So he's got a specific spot he sits in the middle to
Put
be
some
able to
plastic
survey the
around
scene
it.
with the
I don't
cyber
know, I
mastiff
should
alongside
maybe
him. Damien,
wait
what about
until
you?
this one.
I think Damien has been
Bubbles as well.
making kind of a mess in this, like a corner that he
believe,
uses for taking his meals and
before
things
I
like that.
put
But I
it
think he will
inside.
also, because now he shares a room with Solomon, will like come out here into the common area at like unusual hours to like have some alone time, and he will write like calligraphy and script and things like that onto his parchment, just like prayers or seals, purity seals and things like that. So I think there's just like flecks of ink and things like that there, and maybe like some like a roll of parchment left kind of for the next time he's in this sort of like little corner booth or something like that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So he's just kind of making a mess over time.
The ink sprayed corner seat of Damien. Brother Solomon, where do you end up in this space?
I think Solomon's been getting really comfortable in the kitchen itself. So he's not often, in the like mess hall area. He just comes and kind of takes his meals in there. So if everybody's going in this thing, he'll like duck back into the kitchen and get something that he's been like, saving or something that he was going to make tomorrow, and he'll like, leftover croissants
At
or
least
something.
it has
Something
the
he
same
tried and it didn't really
smell
work that well. But he just brings it
from
out and he'll just
the
take a
one
seat
I got
anywhere.
for my first, or
He hasn't been
the
kind
first
of living in this
thing I
space
got
as much
from
as
my
he has been
cousin,
living back there, and like he has little
active
corners of the kitchen that he's been working in.
starter
But out
thingy.
here, he'll just like any spot that's open, close to the group, he'll go pass everything
So I
around,
guess
and
I
then he'll
just
just
need to
hunker
be
down.
patient.
Super. Morgan, what about you?
Yeah, I do think Morgan's crate slash throne of sitting upon interrogator style is there. In general, she doesn't spend a lot of time in here. I think she's sort of just allowed this to be boy space. So it's like, we're not going to clean anything up. We're not going to do anything like that. The only thing she would change is of the kitchen area, especially because Solomon keeps making food. I think rather than just the kitchen bot, it would be like there's a section next to the kitchen where stuff is just grabbable food-wise. Like there's just out snacks or like pre-packaged stuff or things that she has made the servitor make that is sitting out, so someone can walk in, get something that's already sitting there,
think I'm
walk
actually
out in
gonna
the middle of training or anything like that.
Install
And so that would be
NDI or
what Morgan
something
would do
on the
listening to this briefing, is just walk
phone
up,
and
get
then
some
stream
kind of,
the camera on
calorie
my PC,
brick
and I
or
can use my
whatever
PC
to
to
eat,
stream
and then
with
sit
instead
down
of
at a
the
table,
mobile.
but she has no particular place that she frequents in here.
Okay, so you're not claiming the throne for
No.
this meeting.
No.
You are sitting with the rest of your team.
It's
Avarice
gonna be a
faces you
better-
all, standing beside the throne. He's not going to claim that. That feels wrong, but he's in the center of the space looking at all of you, where you are loosely placed together, but, the camera has to pan back a little bit to get all four of you in frame. And he says, well, the situation has changed, but I have information for you about what needs to occur. Somehow I
Because
know
today I
that
need to do some
the
cleaning.
Navigator auction will be delayed in
Before
some
we make
sense.
dinner,
That's all I
so-
can tell you. That is our priority, but
But
there is
I'm
something to
gonna
happen along
drink
the
the
way.
tea first.
An emergency beacon has come out of the Hawk Star system. We are heading there now. There is a central planet, Raven Shrike.
So,
It's
this
one
kind
of
of tea
4 planets. There is
Doesn't
Raven
have
Shrike
the best
itself,
taste, but,
and then 3 other planets, only one of which is inhabitable. The 2 uninhabitable are a string of numbers followed by V. Isn't that fun? And there is Talon, which is just a barely inhabitable planet with 3 moons and a deep freeze perpetually on its surface. However, we are focusing, I imagine, on Ravenstrike going into this system. The system has been plagued by pirate activity for some time. It has an extensive asteroid field with a lot of mining facilities, and the profits of those mines are brought back to Ravenstrike, the central planet of the Hawk Star system, where they are mined and taken care of. Apparently, the planet is quite well off, being able to trade in these rare minerals, which means they are not a forge world in the traditional sense, nor a hive world. They have a very temperate climate and a wealthy upper class. Since this emergency beacon has gone off, and some time before, this pirate activity, the locals known as the redistributors, pirate activity has fallen off rather sharply. Now,
I don't entirely know why this is our priority, but the commands are simple. You need to make contact with the pirates. You need to solve whatever problem is preventing their activity.
Yeah, I
And
think
you
I'm just
need
going
to
to stop here
maintain
and
a
I can try
positive
to make a
relationship
better
with them.
solution.
Right now it appears
So
that
yeah,
the
catch you
challenge,
guys later
whatever,
for some
set
gaming,
off this
at
beacon
least.
is somehow linked to the pirates. It could turn out to be separate, and this could be two separate missions. I don't